I'm going to pull these, well, I pulled the carbs off the bike. I'm going to open them up, see if there's a clog. I'm going to replace both jets on each of these because I have all the parts for that. This is messy. And when I throw them back on the bike, hopefully the bike will start up better than it did last time. Here's our old part and our new part here. This is one of the small jets in the carburetor. Alright, I'm ready to put these back on the bike. I can tell this is the left carburetor because it's got this long stick on it. Alright, it's starting to rain a little bit, but I'm gonna flip her on, flip the gas on. The choke is on as well, and let's find out what happens here. Let's see. What do you think? All right, today I've got my blue 1967 Yamaha YR1. Just got a couple new bolts to hold in the battery, and I've been doing a little bit of adjustment to two things. One is this, I believe it's called a pilot air screw. That is going to impact the ratio of air and fuel going into the carburetor and then into the engine. I believe on this one, since it's on the air side, it should actually be, if I tighten it clockwise, that'll reduce the amount of air compared to fuel. And if I turn it the other way, it'll increase the amount of air, which will make it, more lean. The other thing I've been adjusting, it's easier to see on this side, is this. I don't know if you can see it at all, but right up there, there's two different things here. There's this screw, and then on the other side is the actual throttle cable coming out of the handlebar. As I adjust that, maybe I should have shown you this before I put the air filters back on, but you can physically see the slide moving up and down. But as I turn that screw, the actual cylinder inside the carburetor will be set so that the minimum height is higher or lower, which will impact the idle speed of the bike. I just adjusted this side, which is a little bit harder to do on the fly, because you actually have to untwist this in order to access that screw under there, whereas on the other side, as you can see, you can just adjust it whenever. But I just adjusted this side to let a little bit extra air in. I'm curious if the bike's going to run fine like that, or if I'm going to have to add a little more fuel, which would mean, backing out this screw a little bit. That's my best explanation of what I'm doing. A better way to say is I've just been monkeying around, just pretty much guessing on that screw up there and then this screw on the side. Now, the issue I was having before was, if you saw the last video that I just posted, you understand what I'm talking about. Here's the petcock, so that's putting the fuel on. You can see the fuel coming down. I was having an issue where the bike didn't want to stay running and it didn't want to start back up. It's got the bike in neutral here. Let me point this direction here. But with the adjustment I just made, hopefully the bike starts. I'm not that confident, to be honest. And as you can see here, brought my trusty screwdriver so I can make adjustments to the fuel on the fly. But I think for this ride, I'm going to try not making any adjustments to the throttle cable. What do you call that? Throttle cable screw. Anyway, because then I'll just have one variable. Whoop. See, I'm still getting used to kickstarting this bike. Oh. Almost had it running. Give it another second here. Try one more time. Try with the choke off, see if that makes a difference. I don't know why it doesn't want to run with the choke on. I'll switch this back over to there. Let's just go the whole way in and back it out. Whew, man, it's hot. So here's all the way in. I'm assuming it's not going to run all the way in. Okay, so okay, yeah, I've read it wants to be about a full turn out. We'll start with a 3/4 turn. All right. Why is this ratcheting weird? Okay, half turn. And we'll call that 3/4. I don't know what to say about that. All right, we'll give it just another 1/4 turn back. Okay. I think I'm getting confused with my righty-tighty and lefty-loosey because it's the right side and the left side, but clockwise, counterclockwise anyway. I mean, seems to be getting better. It should be getting more air per fuel now. Which makes sense. No, it doesn't. I don't know. Man. It was a workout. Alright, so that sound, when I tried to give it a little more air and fuel, maybe it was taking in too much air? I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. Like I said, I'm just monkeying around here. My ride earlier because it was a little bit more successful than this one. no longer have neutral. Well, there's neutral. Let's see if it wants to start now. Nope. Well, we have a hill. Wow. That'll make bump starting way easier. Alright. I'm tired. What's going on with this? Alright. Nah. Why is... Alright. I don't know. Let's mess with this. Let's just pull this out. One full rotation on each side. Close. Now let's see. Why does the bike not want to stay in neutral now? Well, there's neutral. Let's try starting it. Where's the choke lever? There you go. So, I'll have to figure out why the bike doesn't like starting with the choke on. We'll just let her warm up a little and then I can ride home. Sorry to the people trying to rest. Well, we do have a little more smoke coming out on the left side, so I don't know. I mean, it's running. Let's just take her around the block. I got my screwdriver, I can get home.